Going on, guys? Welcome to another video of the Streamline Podcast. This is episode, I believe, 14. And in this video, we are going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto 6 and my ideas and thoughts about it. Now, Grand Theft Auto, one of my favorite video game franchises, and I'm happy that they did confirm that they are going to come out with a number 6. 5 was just a huge leap for this franchise, and it does so many great things. Although it did have its share of things that it didn't do that were not so great. But in this video, we're going to be discussing ideas and rumors and all of that stuff about Grand Theft Auto 6. First, I've heard that they were trying to go for a bigger map. Don't go for a bigger map. No, don't do that. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, 4, 5, 3 had decent enough maps that worked for their stories. We don't need a bigger map. What we do need is, if you're going to maintain the map, we need more content. We need more side missions. We need new interesting characters that engage inside missions. We need more interactiveness when it comes to the pedestrians, perhaps the police, as well as other criminals. I mean, come on. We definitely need more in terms of content instead of a bigger map. I love San Andreas. It's one of my all-time favorite games. But a lot of times when you're out there in the country and you're just exploring, you're just in the country and exploring. There's nothing you can do. You don't hunt. You don't gather and anything like that. So it's just the exploration for the sake of exploration. We don't need that. Yes, it'd be good we had a map the same size as Grand Theft Auto 5, but just fill it up. More small towns, more different, diverse stuff. Junkyards, car dealerships, farms, maybe more of those meth labs that they love having out there in the countryside. Just more. And also, what I like about 5 that I would like to see in 6 is more interactions with animals like deers and mountain lions. I want to see crocodiles. I want to see perhaps sharks out there in the water. You know what I'm saying? And also even vary up the locations a bit. Since I just said crocodiles, why not have a bog here or something, or a swamp there? Like something like that will have a lot to with adding more content to the actual map. For example, let's go rewind to games like what's that game? Just Cause. See how diverse that map is with the mountains, and you got snowy regions and the beach and just the hilly areas, the forest, like that. If we're gonna go with a map, go ahead and make it a little bit more diverse. I would love to see that. And think about it. Hell, if you have like lakes and little ponds or something, you can have like a fishing game or something like that. Give us more content in terms of that. Also, I know online is here and they made a killing on part 5 with it, but no, stop with the whole online, because not everybody likes online like that. I like online, but I don't like playing Grand Theft Auto online. I like my single player campaigns, and I would like for them to pack it full of content. The whole heist thing for the whole Grand Theft Auto 5, nobody cared about it being online. Everybody was actually focusing on it being on single player. So if you're gonna go with this, okay, if you're gonna put online in it, fine. Match it with the single player for those who actually want to play the freaking game on single player. Not all of us have friends that are online. Also, better DLC. I'm tired of them trying to give us more clothes. I'm tired of them trying to give us more cars. I'm tired of them trying to give us more guns. All of that stuff is not diverse enough to make for good DLC. Good DLC comes from missions, introducing new characters, introducing new areas, things like that. Think about a DLC. Do like Fallout when it comes to Fallout games. When you have DLC, they open up a new area. Maybe one DLC allow you go to a part of another city or something like that. Is DLC worth having? That is DLC worth buying. If they're gonna add new features to it, such as I think in 5 they had the military, but they didn't have like the army or something like that. Yeah, allow us to deal with the army or something like that. Allow us more missions. That's what DLC is supposed to be, not this cookie cutter cars and clothes and weapons. Because like half of the Grand Theft Auto like fan base does not care about that stuff. At least in my opinion, the other half will go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for it, but majority of people don't. No, a lot of people don't like that type of DLC. Personally, they were giving it out for free, and I didn't care. So if you want to give out some DLC, do your fans some service and get them some actual DLC. I'm actually with them on this. It's been rumored that there actually might actually be a female protagonist in the upcoming game, and I'm all actually for that. I would like for them to, since they introduced it in 5 and it worked really well, I would like for them to do the multi-protagonist arcs system, which worked really well. And I think that they could go ahead and fit a woman up into that, no problem whatsoever. So in terms of, and I know that Grand Theft Auto has had some really strong images for women, such as prostitutes and strippers and stuff like that. And junkies and stuff like that, but maybe a female protagonist could possibly turn it around. I highly doubt it. I'm most likely just going to fit into the same freaking world, so it's not going to change anything on that aspect. But a female protagonist would be a good change to the overall character roster. I would also like to see them do this too. If we're going to have a multi-protagonist system, I would like to see a multi-antagonist system. Let us have 3 to 4 main bad guys that we have to deal with. Actually have interesting art. I mean, each Grand Theft Auto game, yes, does have multiple bad guys you have to deal with. But I mean, actual multiple people that antagonists that you can actually go to war with. And I think that would also fit in with a faction system, which is another thing that I wanted to introduce into this, is if you have 4 main bad guys and you can choose to either deal with them or you go against them, or you can try to take over their territory or something, you can, that goes into the whole faction system as well as the multi-antagonist system. So I'm interested to see if they will bring that about. Also, and like I said, they go to factions. Yes, various missions. What you do can affect how another faction will look at you. Think that'll be an interesting and great idea. Each faction has their specific skill sets and weapons and cards and stuff which you can get. And if people are gonna sit here and say yes, that's kind of like copying off Saints Row. No. Saints Row was not the first open world game where you had a faction system, and even in Saints Row, you don't actually join them like that. So this would be an interesting new step and an interesting direction for the series, for a faction system with multiple bad guys, and that'd be good because multiple factions with multiple bad guys can lead to multiple endings, and I like that. Yes, you can have those four stories within a larger story, so there is that. Also, new location. Each Grand Theft Auto game basically takes place in a new location, but for some ideas from some locations I have here, I have Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco, New Orleans, DC, and even, which I'm actually interested in, London. So that'd be nice to actually, I would like to see London. That'd be a pretty good setting. After I think Rockstar Studios is stationed in London, or at least one of its main branches are in London. So I think that'd be pretty cool for them to take it out of the country. I mean, yes, they have other ones. They got the China one, but I'm not sure if that was actually in China, or wasn't it not? It wasn't in China. I don't know if it was in China or not, but I know it was China themed. But it wasn't really like a bigger game. It was like one of those lesser ones. But even China, Beijing, or something like that, that'd be a pretty interesting place to hold a Grand Theft Auto game. And China has its crime and stuff too. And I also would kind of like to see a bit of a change with the formula, because each game is really criminals dealing with criminals. I think the only ones that attempted to alleviate this is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 4, because in San Andreas you had Carl Johnson, who used to run with the gang and stuff, and then he's kind of turned his back on that. And the only reason he got back into it was the death of his mother, which led into him to get back into it. Same thing with Nico Bellic from Grand Theft Auto 4, where he was like, I left my criminal life behind, and I just want to come to America, a fresh start, and then things start happening that reels them back in. So I think that they should possibly change that formula. Maybe have somebody that was actually decent get into a desperate situation, and he kind of falls. Things start happening, and yes, he's like, okay, I'm getting involved, and the deeper and deeper he gets, because that makes for a more sympathetic character. Nico Bellic, he was a sympathetic character because he didn't want to deal with this stuff, but he kept getting pulled in, especially from his dumbass cousin, one of the most unlikable characters in the world. And then same thing with Carl, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to get out, got out, and ended up getting pulled back in. And the only reason he wanted to do it because of his family. So you kind of feel sorry for those two characters. But I would like to see that. I want to see more of a sympathetic character. Also, I think it'd be interesting, and I read up on this on the internet, and I was playing Final Fantasy 15, and I seen it. I think if you drive cars, you should be able to. They should have fuel gauges. To help you, and that also gives a bit of purpose to money, and it helps you manage the cars a bit better, not just take one car and then drive around for like 14 days in that one car. No, I think that'd be awesome if they actually did allow players to have fuel gauges. That'll help make the game more interactive. Keep your eye on the prize, and it makes it very cool too, considering if you're in a shooting or something, or you're getting chased by cops, or in some high-speed chase or something, and then you run out of gas, and you got to hurry up and get another car, you know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. I could tell it'd be frustrating, but it'd be a pretty good idea as well. Also, I want a better selection of vehicles and weapons. Because when you play these games, if you're not a gun nut, or if you're not really a car nut or whatever, that everything feels the same to you. One car, yeah, that might look a little different, but they all perform the same. Because I'm one of those, like, the weapons, a shotgun's a shotgun, and automatic's an automatic, a pistol's a pistol. They all the same to me. So I want a bit more variation when it comes to the weapons. Maybe have them feel a bit more impactful. And I think this idea that's coming up next will actually help flesh that out a little bit more. And that's the first person mode. I think that'd be interesting, and again, would help flesh out the weaponry too, especially like recoil and stuff like that, and aiming. If the first person was automatic and not, which is stupid because for people who had the freaking Xbox 360 version of Grand Theft Auto 5, missed out on the first person. That's BS. So make it an automatic option in this game if you're going to do that. Jackasses. Also, variations on side jobs. You don't have to run drugs all the time. We don't have to do the police missions all the time. But what would be pretty cool, because I wanted to bring this up later, is maybe if you're gained up with a certain amount of criminals, you can actually do missions for them. Or if you would corrupt cops too, you can do missions for them. So to get you in closer with those criminals that would probably provide backup, weaponry, safe houses, weapons and vehicles. Same thing with the corrupt cops that help you, allow you to, your influence with them would allow you to get away with more serious crimes and stuff like that. Give you access to like stash houses and stuff like that. Like that would be straight up badass. But yes, give us more missions. I'm not a fan of the racing missions like that. Play golf. Do like they did in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you can, get your muscles up and everything. Play pool, go fishing, stuff like that. Give us a bit more. I wouldn't mind that. I want the shops to be better, be more diversified, and not just a clothing shop here, a weapon shop there, maybe a restaurant you can go get something to eat, and something you get your hair cut and get plastic surgery. No, we need more. We need a lot more than that. Also, more houses that we can buy. Would like to, and getting on that, we need more buildings that we can interact with a bit more. Because I feel that they do not actually. I don't think really many of the Grand Theft Auto games allow you to have that interaction with the houses and stuff. So the buildings and stuff do feel more or less like background and nothing really there to be fun. And I will admit this, because in Grand Theft Auto 5 they did this. You can buy and sell stocks. That was great. That was good. That was something really cool. Right there with the city, more interaction with the population. Let there be certain people that you can talk to. Let there be, when you talk to people, I don't care if it's even just maybe recycle stuff, but let it be like 1,000 different phrases and stuff, depending on who you talk to or something like that. Let it be interactive, and let them some of them possibly have little side missions or gifts or something that they can give you. What if there's like a dude beating up a prostitute, you save when she give you some? Like that right there, you know what I'm saying? Grand Theft Auto's known for that. Or what if some guy wants to share a doobie with you or something like that? So, you know what I mean? Like that would be a pretty interesting idea. Maybe somebody might need a ride and will pay you to take them somewhere. Pretty good idea. Also, heist. We need heist missions. We need to be able to plan robberies for jewel stores, banks, and stuff. It was awesome in Grand Theft Auto 5. The jackasses who thought it was a dumb idea to put it in a single player campaign and put it online are assholes. We need those missions and optional missions, not 2 or 3 that are in the actual, just in the story itself. We need optional. Hey, I got an idea. Let's hit this thing up. I'm going to hire these people. I like that system from Grand Theft Auto 5, but we need optional ones. Like, if I want to do it 10 times in one day, maybe not 10 times in one day, maybe once a day or something like that, fine. Let me be able to do it without it being in the story. That'll be all gravy with me. Same thing if there's a drug dealer and I want to bust up in his place. Same exact idea. If I want to go do a heist at like a police station or at the military base or something, fine, let me do that. But don't just sit there and just put it online. I personally would love to see more interactions with maybe previous characters from throughout the series. Because the only crossover that you actually see on any of them that I can remember is in Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Andreas takes place chronologically in the timeline before 3. So you meet the dude from the first Grand Theft Auto, even though he don't say anything. Claude, yes. And then you're in a relationship with Catalea, who ends up being the antagonist of 3. So I want to see more crossovers like that. I think that'd be pretty cool too. I wouldn't mind them doing that. It actually help make the games feel more like they're in the same universe. You know, this ain't Final Fantasy. You can do that. So I think that would be an awesome idea too. Customization to the characters, as well as weapons and homes that you buy. That's a must-have. Yes, you do have some customization to the characters, and I'm not asking for Dragon Age customization or Fallout customization, nothing like that. But just enough that you can give your characters a bit more flair or something like that. If you want to go for a specific style, business attire, casual, street, beach, people that wear clothes on the beach and stuff like that. Allow us to be able to do that. And if we want to do something with our hair, I don't want just the styles. I want the actual customization of hair. So if I want blue hair, I can get blue hair if I want it. You know what I mean? If I want long hair, I can have long hair. If I want a mustache, even if the character doesn't necessarily have a mustache, I want to be able to get my damn mustache. If I want white right there, he can have that too. So more character customization. If we do buy a house, we should be able to customize it. Buy stuff for it, themes, furniture. Maybe not place the furniture where we want it, but just to be able. We should be able to place the furniture where we want it. Have them have like preset places where you can do it. So if there's a couch, have at least 3 or 4 places I can put the couch. Cause like I said, I'm not asking for settlement building off Fallout 4. I'm not, or I'm not asking for Minecraft type crafting system or nothing like that. But just give us a bit of freedom with that too. So I think that'll be a plus. Again, with interactions with the buildings and stuff, make the buildings a lot more important. A lot more important than what they normally are. I want to be able to walk into a couple of them and enjoy myself, do various things. Maybe have a store with some motorcycles in it. Like, I don't think there was ever a store that actually sold like only motorcycles. Like, that'll be another good variation. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be a pretty cool. Like, if there's a store, I don't think there's a store that sold boats. Like, that right there would be pretty cool. So that there is that. I don't give two rat's asses about the virtual reality. I do not, and I don't want them to do it, because all that is them taking away from a good game experience to try to flesh out one aspect of it, when there's literally like 2,000 aspects of it that should be that should be focused on. VR, I don't care. No, there's no reason for VR to be in this game. Also, I would like for them to input like little mini games in it, like. Say if they get on there and we have like a little Super Mario like game that we can play on their TV in the game, like that'd be pretty cool. Makes stuff like that more interactive. Have like little movies and skits and stuff. Kind of like how they have the radio stations with their little skits. Like, I would like to have that. So if my character's sitting on the couch, he can chill, watch a TV or play a game, or even potentially have their own laptop. Again, Grand Theft Auto 5 brought some of those concepts, and they did a pretty good job. So I would like to see them stretch that over to 6. And I would also like to say this: if you can't join yourself with the cops or the criminals, I would like for the character to either be a cop or be a criminal, and come with the benefits as well as the consequences for both. So if you're a cop, you can organize drug busts. If you're a criminal, you can organize robberies and heists. Awesome. If you're a cop, you got access to like the SWAT team and FBI and all that stuff. Bam, that'd be awesome. If you're a criminal, you got access to stuff criminals have access to, drugs and guns. But anyways, those are a lot of ideas that I came across, either some I made up or some I came across online about Grand Theft Auto 6. And in the comment section below, guys, let me know, what are your ideas for Grand Theft Auto 6? What would you like to see in it, and how was the gameplay, and what characters would you possibly like to see in it? Any of the points that I have put out there, let me know if you agree with any of them. Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on here on the NarikChase channel, as well as join us later on for a break of debates. Again, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will be putting videos up, whether they're podcasts or strictly edited videos of mine. But having said that, I'll catch you guys later. NarikChase is out. To the next streamline.